Go.
Welcome to Cooking on the Wild Side.
You're not showing.
I'm a big fan of Frito pie. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make some of that because it's quite delicious and it's very simple to make. I would like to say this is definitely a Tex-Mex favorite. So we can get right up into it real quickly, okay? Nothing goes better with some Tex-Mex than a beer. Me personally, I like Rolling Rock because it reminds me a lot of Zima, so it's a good one. You're going to need a little bit of parchment paper. Just make sure it can go over 420 degrees. Okay? Even though we're going to be cooking this at 375 degrees today. Then you're going to need yourself a pan. Rectangular ones work best for me. That's just me. You're also going to need yourself some Frito-Lays. You can buy the regular type if you like, but me personally, I like to get the real thing. Frito-Lay's brand, made out of Plano, Texas. It's delicious. So we're going to start by mincing up some onion, which has already been done with me by my esteemed co-host, which is known as Tina. She's over there. She's hiding from the camera. She's so bashful. So as you can see, so we got our Fritos, we got our onions. And we're gonna need a can of chili. We're gonna need 1 can or 2 cans of chili. I like to get the great value because it's cheap and you know you can get a lot for your bang for your buck. So we're gonna need some chili. We're gonna need some cheese also. For this, I bought some mild cheddar. So let's take a look at that real quick in the refrigerator.
Down in the second bottom.
Really, it's down in the second bottom. So it's also great value. So it's sharp, finely shredded cheddar cheese. Okay. I don't get those anymore. So come over here with me. Let's take a little journey. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the Frito-Lays layer by layer with the onions and the chili and some cheese. And we're going to bake it for about 20 minutes at 375. Also add a couple little extras. So you're going to need some spices with this also. So please come over here with me to the spice cabinet. You're going to need some black pepper, a little bit of salt. You're going to need some cumin seed. I like to use a little bit of ground red pepper. You can use cloves if you like, but I wouldn't recommend that because it definitely gives it a little weird flavor. So some chili powder. Where is that? Where is that cumin? Definitely here. So, okay, I'll have to come back for it. But we're gonna take a quick break, and I will see you when we come back, and we'll start loading in those Frito-Lays, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. So we pretty much got everything in order. All the ingredients that we're gonna need. And you can see, I got some chili right here. It's already been opened. It's canned chili, but you know. It's still good. Don't worry, you're not going to need any sugar or anything like that unless that's what you like. So, okay, so let's get to it. So, like I said before, we're going to get some Frito-Lays here. You're going to make a layer at the bottom of these Frito-Lays, or the bottom of the pan. Frito-Lays parchment paper. Just like that. You're going to want to spread it out evenly across the pan. Like this. Okay. It can be a thin layer for the base layer because that's really not that important. So then you're gonna take some chili and you're gonna slather it over the top. Be generous with it. And you're molded into almost like a cake, kind of, you know. Alrighty then. At this point, you're gonna need some onions. Now, if you don't like onions, then you don't need onions. Onions need you. So I'm going to go get some. As you can see, we have some minced onions here, thanks to Tina. Just a handful just to start off with. And just slather it around. Then you're going to use a layer of cheese. You can use sharp cheddar. You can use even that awesome Fiesta blend. That's really good. So, yeah. Everything's tasty and so complicated. There we go. So you're gonna take a handful of this cheese. Okay. Not a big handful, but just a little one. You're gonna sprinkle it over the top. Okay? And then you're gonna repeat this process. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you on how to cook this after these messages, and we'll get right back to you. Okay? So stay easy. Be right back.
All right.
Welcome back. So we've already pretty much made this entire Frito pie. It's just need to go in the oven, but I wanted to show you guys a couple more tips before you throw it up in there. I preheat the oven to 375 degrees and put it on for 25 minutes. Now, of course, we're only going to be cooking this for like 20 minutes. So the reason that I put it on for 25 minutes so we could have 5 minutes to preheat. Okay? So, the last layer, whenever you're done putting on your onions and your chili and your cheese, after you apply the cheese, you're going to apply an extra layer of cheese, just so it's extra cheesy. Who doesn't like it extra cheesy, huh? So, we're going to apply a big, hefty load of cheese onto this Frito pie, okay? It's going to be so delicious. And just dump it all out on there. So we're done with that. Now it's time for the spices part. I told you that we were going to be having some spices, so it's definitely time for that. Now, however, you don't have to make this with cumin seeds, so for the fact that my sister doesn't actually like cumin seed, I'm going to make this one specifically for her. So, what you're going to need now is a little bit of salt. Now, I like the salt shaker myself because it's got that little Morton girl on it. See, this is adorable. So, just a little bit of salt over the top. It could be a dash. If you don't like salt, then fine. If you got diabetes, cool. Don't have the salt. Who needs sodium, right? Then you're gonna have some freshly ground peppercorn. Pepper. I like the grinder because it just makes me feel like Emeril Lagasse. That's just me. Although I don't do that whole band thing. So, let me just put a little bit over the top. Next, something that really brings out the flavor, I've noticed, it adds a little bit of color also. Makes it a little more festive, is some chili powder. Of course, you got the great value here because it's obviously a great value. So, we're going to sprinkle some of this over the top. Now, you're going to be a little bit generous with the chili powder, okay? Look, I'm not even looking. So we're going to be a little bit generous with the chili powder. It gives it a really good flavor, and it adds a lot of color to it, as well as the red pepper. We would have some cumin seed on this, and that would really bring out the flavor, that real Tex-Mex flavor, but some people don't like it. So we're not going to do it. Now lastly, but not leastly, of course, is that we're going to pop this in the oven. The oven's preheated. It's going to be delicious and molten after it gets out, and trust me, you're going to really love it. You're going to put a dollop of sour cream on it. That usually tastes pretty good. And that's pretty much going to be it. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'll show you what it looks like once it's done cooking, okay? So make sure to come back, stay sweet, stay sexy.